What's going on, Jeromes? Today begins the JJ McCarthy dynasty with the Minnesota Vikings. Woo, woo. Again, our guy Eli Corbett is certainly on one. And yes, today is the first day of rookie minicamp practice. Talk about practice. But it's the first step to prove and grow and show and prove to all the haters and the losers that McCarthy is the perfect fit for the Minnesota Vikings. And I know a lot of people will be like, oh, well, he was the first quarterback taken. It's fine. It's absolutely fine. Because McCarthy, just like every other quarterback, may have not been every single team's cup of tea, but he certainly is here in the great state of Minnesota and looking good off of his first confirmation. Long story longer. So Matt Bowen, ESPN, he's one of the good ones in terms of analysts, where he does the work. He offers an opinion, and sometimes it's favorable for the Vikings, sometimes it's not, but you always know that it's going to be the truth. And Bowen has his bona fides, played a decade in the league, also here pictured with the greatest cornerback of all time. 2/3 of the world is covered by water. The rest is covered by Fred Smoot. That's right, man. That's right. But Matt Bowen went into his 2024 NFL Draft best rookie team fits, perfect landing spots, and towards the top of the list, JJ McCarthy, Dynamite. Drafted around 1, number 10. Why he fits. In Kevin O'Connell's system, McCarthy will be set up to throw with consistent rhythm on defined concepts, especially in the middle of the field. He completed 75.3% of his passes on throws inside the numbers last season at Michigan, including 15 touchdowns. 45 would be awesome. 15 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. McCarthy can heat up his pass velocity, drive the ball, attacking tight windows off layered reads, especially with play-action elements rolled in. No NFL team used play-action more than the Vikings in 2023, 30.6% of his dropbacks. Now, that's exactly what Kevin O'Connell had talked about throughout this draft process. He's talked about throwing with accuracy, especially in the middle of the field, and that's one of the reasons why McCarthy could fit in with the Vikings better than, say, a Drake May or a Michael Penix or a Bo Nix, because a lot of what McCarthy was asked to do at Michigan, he'll be asked to do here in the great state of Minnesota. He'll be under center a lot of play action, and a lot of middle of the field reads. And that's exactly what he brings. As a passer, McCarthy can target all 3 levels of the field, short, medium, and deep. He can create outside of structure when necessary, but it's the core passing, play-action concepts in O'Connell's offense that really make this fit work. And if McCarthy wins the number 1 job over Sam Darnold in camp, he'll be throwing the ball to a talented group of pass catchers led by a top-tier wide receiver, Justin friggin' Jefferson. Now, I'm still hyped about Sam Darnold. And, the reason why he's the number 3 overall pick back in the day, he hasn't really been surrounded by talent and or adults in the coaching staff. So for all the reasons why it could work with McCarthy, it could work with Sam Darnold. But what's great, too, is that I do believe Kevin O'Connell when he says that this is going to be an open competition. And they've done the work on McCarthy. They were super happy that they landed him, making the small trade up. But I think that if McCarthy does start, this isn't going to be motivated by ownership saying, oh, get the kid on the field, or, ooh, draft Bryce Young, or GM Kwesi just like, hey, make sure that my guy gets out there. There isn't going to be any of that. And I actually do think that has ruined many a young quarterback, where they're tossed out there because, hey, we're a bad team, but you're a high draft pick, and you're supposed to be our savior, so get out there before you're ready. I think that's exactly what happened to Sam Darnold with the Jets. But McCarthy, if he starts week 1, it's because he earned the job. And, Kevin O'Connell's talked about how he has a whole, daily spreadsheet checklist and blah, blah, blah. But if McCarthy does win the job, it's because that he earned it. And it's no aspersion on Sam Darnold at all. But whoever is under center, I know that people are writing the Vikings off. Fox saying that they're the only team in the NFC North that is going to make the playoffs. 6.5 wins over under. Hope you got your jelly beans ready, because the over's coming, baby. I think the defense is going to be special, and offensively, I think that they walk in as a top 10 offense. I really do. Even though, if the greatest nitpick of the offense is, hey, well, maybe it's valid that the entire offensive line could be poopy. But, hey, everyone's saying, hey, the Vikings need a wide receiver 3. You have Addison and Jefferson. I think you're going to be good to go. Now, don't get me wrong. Caleb Williams will look great in purple. Same thing with Jaden Daniels, Drake May, Michael Penix. Not Bo Nix, but either way, the Vikings, they targeted JJ McCarthy. They ended up with him. And I think he's going to be perfect in what he's going to be asked to do. And if a quarterback succeeds or busts in the draft, it isn't all about just the kid's talent. There's a lot of other factors that go in. notably talent around him, coaching around him, and the Vikings, they're aces in both spots. So, really hyped to see what is going to happen with JJ McCarthy going forward. But your thoughts are thoughts. JJ McCarthy, perfect team fit, perfect landing spot here with the Vikings, according to ESPN NFL analyst Matt Bowen. Again, pictured with the greatest cornerback of all time. Woo! Oh. So, I got to get me like super authentic, like stitch numbered Fred Smoot jersey. Let's do that, man. Let's do that. Anyways, you guys know what to do. Skull production value.